we have tonight? Manny, Old Grunt 82. Flameshaw. What's happening, Flameshaw? Cheryl, I can't read that one. Toast McGroats. Toast McGroats. Interesting name. All right, is that thing working? There it goes. That will be up any second. That one's good to go. Okay, no questions here. That one's live. Oh, my hair looks terrible. All right, a little better. K-Van, what's happening? O.M. Lala. O.M. Lala. P.D. D.T. Ph.D. Okay. Mama's back in the house. Hollywood. Stevens, what's going on? Jocelyn, what's going on, Miss Jocelyn? JTM, Mama, thank you for that. Not now. Not now. Not now. All right. Almost ready. All right, live. Come on. There we go. Go live. 1, 2, 3. Look at me. Give me a second. Almost ready. Camera number 6. Good to go. And come on, come on, come on. Right over there. One more thing. Okay. Live streaming. And there that is. Lovely. And there. And here we are. And that's it. Ready to roll. Waiting for activation. I have no idea what that means. Sean, good evening. Will, good evening. P, what's going on? JTM, good evening. All right, all right, all right. Steve Tucker, how are you today? Dylan, what's going on? Good evening. Oops, losing my balance. All righty. Don't get old. It ain't much fun. Good evening, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend Stock Talk brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. Fortnite, bro. What's happening? Brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in dividend stocks for weekly cash flow, looking for a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week using nothing but pre-qualified dividend stocks. Those are companies that I believe are the best ones to jump into. And the reason why I say that is because they have over 2 decades of consistent profitability. So when you jumping in, who's that? Steve? How's it going? Is Mr. Steve, Mr. James, go on. We'll take a look at Dell in a second. When I say 2 decades of profitability, that works for me. Cicerillo wants to take a look at John Deere. Ooh, I haven't had somebody ask for John Deere in quite a while. We'll take a look at it in a little bit. So first of all, what I'm looking for is a simple, safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. I'm going to pause the questions right now. K-Van, we'll get to that one also. John Werner, how you doing? Dev, what's going on? Is Best Buy done with its run? Dylan, we're going to check on that one in a little bit. So that being said, let's get started. First and foremost, the strategy I'm about to show you was created specifically and only specifically for my 9-year-old daughter. When she said one day back in 2008, this one little phrase changed my whole life. Not that it changed it, it just put it on a different direction. Because you know how like they call it a defining moment in life, where you have your life kind of, sketched out in your head. Like, this is what we're going to do until you get phone calls or until you get some kind of news that takes you in another direction. Let me give you an example so you see if you understand this a little bit better. Okay, so 5 years ago, me and my girlfriend at the time, we were planning out our retirement. Buy a motorhome, travel around the country. We even started to go look at motorhomes and find which one do we want to buy. Great. I get a phone call one day and my son says, "Dad, I hope you're sitting down." Who's ever gotten that phone call? "Dad, I hope you're sitting down." So anyway, make a long story short, he says, "You're going to be a grandfather." Now, who the hell is stupid enough to make me a grandfather? You don't need to answer. We all know who it is. Besides the point, I got the phone call, and from my life plan, it was looking good too. My life plan just changed. Okay, because now I'm a grandfather. Now I wanted to be there for the birth of my child. I wanted to be their grandchild, and I wanted to be there for all those important moments in a life. So my life changed in an instant with one phone call. Well, back in 2008, I didn't realize it at the time. When my 9-year-old daughter says, "Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me?" 9-year-old, not, "Daddy, can we go buy a bunny? Daddy, can we go get a new dress?" No. "Daddy, can we get a new hairdo?" No, nothing like that. "Daddy, can you teach me?" So here I am trying to figure out, how the hell do I teach a 9-year-old to trade stocks when most adults don't get it? So my challenge was, it had to be simple. I mean, it had to be really simple. It had to be safe. I mean, really safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. That's the 5 criteria. Okay, great. Well, along with that came 5 rules. Now, these rules were specifically for her, but we're going to change them a little bit for you guys. Rule number 1. If it's not on the list, automatically no. Now, the reason why I say that, the list of stocks, the only ones I wanted her to look at: dividend kings, dividend aristocrats, dividend champions, dividend contenders. And then we were going to cheat and look over Warren Buffett's shoulders. Those 5 lists right there gave us about 300 companies that have at least 2 decades of profitability. Now, every Sunday night on the live show, we go in and we take a look. How many new companies have they added? Last week, it was 10,354 different companies. That's a lot for anyone to look at. So we whittled it down just to about 300. Now, 300 is still a lot. If you think about it, only going one day at a time, or for us, it was 1 week at a time. So I like to buy on a Monday, get out on a Friday. That gives it a whole week. Now, the reason why I want to do that, because the strategy had to be specifically for her. So if we're doing a trade on a Monday, I want her out by Friday. That's it, Monday to Friday. Okay, fine. So we're going to go over the rules. You ready? Rule number 1, if it's not on the list, no. Automatic, no. Okay? Now, for you guys, list of any stock you like. Whatever ones you like. If you like rail, fine, put it on. You like John Deere, fine, put it on. You like IBM, great, put it on your list. Your list specifically. But don't put it on your list until you do a good fundamental analysis. Is the company profitable? What kind of dividends are they paying? Do they have options? What's the book value? What's the cash flow coming in? All this nice kind of information. Enough information for you to decide, hey, I like this, I'm putting my money into it. Well, it's that simple. You work 20, 30, 40, 60, whatever it is, 60, 80 hours a week, whatever you work a week. And then you take that money and you got to put a little bit of it aside for emergencies, for your retirement, for big purchases. Well, because you're working consistently day after day after day after day. So you take that money aside, where do you put it? A lot of people put it into a 401k. A lot of people put it into some kind of savings account or some kind of a CD or something. Well, if you look deep enough, whoever you're giving your money to, where are they putting it? So one day I thought, hey, well, let's take a look at some of these really big ETFs or real, something that, or what are those mutual funds? Well, great. If these people making millions of dollars a year, well, what the heck are they doing? So if I took a look at them and see what they're doing, well, they're putting all that money into IBM, AT&T, Dell, Intel, Ford, General Motors. Well, why can't I just skip past those guys and do that myself? But I want to do a little bit of a twist because I want the odds and probabilities in my favor. What are those? Well, I like facts because facts don't lie. No matter how you look at it, no matter what you do, there's no way for you, any of you, to change the fact that the shirt that I'm wearing is red. You can't hide that fact. The chart I'm looking at behind me, that's the high, that's the low, that's where it was, this is where it is. Those are facts. I love facts. What else do I like about facts? Well, if I take all the facts, line them all up on events that happen on a consistent basis. What is an event? Friday. That's an event. It comes every Friday. Every 7 days, there's a Friday. Oh, imagine that. It's a Friday. Same thing. Monday, hey, it's a Monday. So let's take a look at the facts, align them all up so we're all going down the same aisle. 7 days a week. Well, stock market's open 5, not open on holidays. Great. What can I use to identify odds and probabilities to stack in my favor? Well, what does a company do? Well, most companies are in business to make money. Great. Well, the companies that I like, they share their profits with their investors through what is called a dividend. Let me get rid of this for a second. Pull this up right there. Let's do, here we go, perfect, right there. This is a calendar, a dividend calendar. Every single green dot on there represents a company that has been profitable and is going to share their profits. Great. Well, it's easy to find. It's an EX dividend calendar. You can go almost any web search and search EX dividend calendar, and one will just pop up. This one here just so happens to be in the trading platform in which I use, Thinkorswim, which is owned by Charles Schwab. Now, I don't get any kickbacks. I get no credit. I don't even get a phone call or text message. Hey, James, thanks. We got a bunch of new customers just because of you. No, I don't get that. Nothing. Not even an acknowledgement. Besides the point. Now, the reason why I use this one other than anyone else, 15 years ago, I wrote a book, Choosing the Right Trading Platform for Your Style. Well, for my daughter, simple, safe, predictable, consistent, all that nice, neat stuff. So, that being said, now I know when a stock is going to pay its dividend. Great. That's one tidbit of information. What's important about that, you might ask? Well, the important thing about a dividend is people like me that are retired, and some fund managers love to collect that dividend. So if these little dots tell me when a company is paying a dividend, if I jump in just before it, I can collect that dividend. But what else? Just before they pay the dividend, the stock has a tendency to go up. So that's two things that I have. Well, three things that I have. Number one, they're profitable. Number two, I know when they're paying. No, that's only two. I'm not right all the time. So, knowing when the company's paying their dividend gives me an idea when it's usually go up. What calendar do you use to that you upload to? JTM. This is on Thinkorswim. It's a trading platform. If you have a trading platform, whether you use E-Trade, whether you use Fidelity, whether you use Interactive Brokers, whatever you use to do your trading, it either has it or it doesn't. Now, you can go to Google and put in dividend, EX dividend calendar and see how to integrate it with whatever you're doing. Now, I like Thinkorswim because it has almost, let's say it has 98% of everything I'm looking for. Can you share your P&L year to date? Sure. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. That's elementary school stuff, dude. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Yeah, let's not be childish, okay? It either makes sense or it doesn't make sense. It either works or it doesn't work, okay? I don't need to be a brain surgeon to tell you certain things that are factual. Let's go over here for a second. Okay? There's nothing that I can prove to you to show you that this is the high and this is the low for you to believe me. So you believe me, you don't believe me, it's up to you. But I go facts and facts only. If I make a mistake, if I lose money, I'm not going to hide it from you. I don't cherry pick. Okay, I go to the calendar. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's go to a better list right here. Now, this list here are only companies that are consistently profitable for a quarter of a century. That's 25 years. You can believe me, you cannot believe me. I really don't care. But Coca-Cola, T. Rowe Price, Cincinnati Financial, Ben Franklin, Illinois Tool Works, Cardinal Health, Roper, Medtronics, Nordson. Ooh, nice one. These are companies that are, ooh, wait a minute. McDonald's, Kimberly-Clark. You probably heard a lot of those companies. And I don't care if you believe me or not. This is factual information. You don't have to believe me. You don't. That's Coca-Cola. They pay their dividend on the 15th of September, which is next Monday. Not tomorrow, next Monday. That's when McDonald's is, wait a minute, no, sorry. That's when Coca-Cola is paying its dividend. Then you decide, do I like Coca-Cola? It should be on your list. It's been in business for over 100 years. They have profits for 5 consecutive decades. That means every single year for 5 decades, higher and higher and higher profits. LG, that's funny. Are you talking about long-term stock trading or day-to-day trading? No, I have a specific way of doing it, okay? Can you share if you're up or down? Okay, I'm ridiculously up. It's crazy. All right, and Kai, I knew one person named Kai. That would be funny if it's the same one. Kai, are you talking about long-term or stock? Okay, we all have a different way of trading. Now, I told you what my trading is. I buy on Monday. I like to be out by Friday. Doesn't always work that way. Sometimes I'll take it out for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But for the most part, ideally for me, 30 days is long-term. That's my idea of long-term, 30 days. Short-term, 5 days. In on Monday, out on Friday. Stock, they go up, I get my profits, I leave. I don't hang around. I don't need, sign autographs. Get in, get my profit, get out, move on to the next one. Now, remember I told you I only look at about 300. Well, there are not 300 trading days there. As a matter of fact, there's about 22 trading days per month. Well, let's go a little bit further. There's 66 trading days per quarter. Well, January, February, March, quarter 1. April, May, June, quarter 2. July, August, September, quarter 3. October, November, December, quarter 4. Why am I showing the 4 quarters? Because each quarter is the exact same as the previous one and the next one. They each have 13 weeks. 13 weeks in the first quarter, 13 weeks in the second quarter, 13 weeks in the third quarter, so on and so forth, which means McDonald's pays a dividend. Wait, let's work this backwards. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. The 9th week of the quarter, every single quarter, McDonald's pays a dividend. 13th week, Illinois Toolworks, Ben Franklin, Nucor. Okay, all those companies pay on the last day of the quarter, the 13th week. Week 13, week 12, week 10, week 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Okay, 13 weeks. We're in the 3rd month of the 3rd quarter. Okay? Let's go a little deeper. You ready? We're in the 2nd week of the 3rd month of the 3rd quarter. That's where we are. Also known as week number 36 for the year. So we're in week 36. Who do we have coming up? Well, we got Coca-Cola, T. Rowe Price, ECL, Medtronic, Cincinnati Financial, so on and so forth. Now, that's just this list. I have a bunch of lists of stocks that I like. I get stocks that are over 100 years old. I have stocks list of ETFs stocks. Okay, you take a look at all the big ETFs. Well, who are they investing in? Well, why don't you do the same? Okay, you got VOO, big ETF. SPY, another big ETF. Big ETFs, you take a look at who are they investing in. You take a look and then you put it into a calendar and say, when are they paying their dividend? Because if you know when they're paying their dividend, you have an idea of when they're going to increase in price. And when you know that information, what do you do with it? There's a funny thing about that. I can ask hundreds and hundreds of people, and I ask people all the time, if you knew when a stock was going to go up in price or up in value, what would you do with that information? And 95 to 98% of the people all say the exact same thing. I'd buy the stock. Well, I wouldn't. What the hell do I want the stock for? I want a trading strategy that could give me a profit regardless if the stock moves or not. Imagine that, making a profit and the stock doesn't even move. Well, we're going to do that trading strategy because remember, this was created for my 9-year-old. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, blah, 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 blah. All right, so let's keep on going. So that's where we are. That's where we're moving. Now, what I want from you guys tonight, you guys give me a couple of stocks. We'll take a look at them, and I'll give you my opinion. Now, just remember, it's just my opinion. I don't give tips. I don't give recommendations. The only recommendations I give are education. Don't do margin unless you understand the risks. Don't invest in the stock market until you have paper traded and you played Monopoly. Monopoly. 4 greenhouses, 1 red hotel. Stock market, paper trading, virtual account. You're doing the exact same thing. Everything looks right, but you're not using real money. It's called virtual money. It allows you to practice. Now, you see this down here? Paper trading account. Live account, live account, live account, live account, live account. See, I have 7 different accounts. I share 3 of them publicly. And yes, I still paper trade, which means every single trade on this means absolutely nothing. The only thing it does is reinforces what I'm doing to make sure that I am right more often than I am wrong. Now, I am wrong once in a while, and I admit it. Okay, I must have done at least 1,500 trades since the beginning of the year. Now, for those of you who don't believe me, let's just go for a second. And I think I closed that, didn't I? I did. I closed it. Damn it. Whoops. I don't even know how to spell. There we go. Okay, this is my website. And website. Right there. Okay, you got that, Ann? That's it right there. All right. I want to click here. Oh, wait a minute, before I go. Let's see. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Okay. Well, this is my website. This has been active for over 20 years. Simple, safe, predictable, 1 cent per week, live nightly training. Well, isn't that what we're doing right now? Okay, hold on. Let's go a little bit deeper. Next page. Look at this. Now, I point this out all the time. If you are looking to strike it rich overnight, this ain't it. My main focus, simple, safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. That's over 50% per year. It's right there. It's been there for years. Okay, and this little thing give you an idea what we're doing. So let's get out of that. Let's go to here because I wanted to show you something right here. Weekly trades for the year 2025. That's this year. I'm going to apologize. I haven't uploaded this week's or last week's yet, but I'm getting there. Okay, pick any one. All right, look at this. Week 26. June 23rd, June 27th. These are all the trades. Account 1, account 2, account 3. Oh, look at that. Oh, I haven't done this one yet. Haven't done that one yet. Oh, well. It is what it is. Click on it. Timestamp. How many? What the stock was. We got Devon Energy, Hertz, Kohl's, Macy's, Hertz, Riley, Devon Energy. Okay. Here's all the profits right over here. Okay, every single trade I do is posted. Okay, now I got 7 accounts. Hey, I got it right that time. 7 accounts, I share 3 of them publicly. Now I have over 1,500 different trades this year. I lost on 4 of them. I think that's pretty damn good. But I did lose on 4, okay? So I'm admitting I did lose on 4. So that's all the trades that I have done so far this year. Now, also, if you go back up to that thing, you look at all the trades I did last year. Now, last year, I think I lost a little bit more than I did this year. But, hey, we got another 4 months to go. So I could lose a couple more times. All right, that being said, let's get back to where we were. So that just gives you an idea of who I am, what I'm doing, and this one. All right, let's get out of that. Let's get out of that. Let's see. Oh, that's TSLL. Interesting. So what I like from you guys, give me a stock to take a look at. I'm going to plug it into my strategy. Remember, because I'm looking for two things. One, consistency of profitability. I'm retired. I'm too young for Social Security. All right. And I'm not giving my money to someone else to take care for me, because at retirement you got two choices and only 2. Okay? You got 2 choices and only 2. Number 1, you can do it yourself. Take responsibility for your money. Learn how to do it. It's not that difficult. The strategy I'm going to show you was created for a 9-year-old. And I would like to think that you all are smarter than a 9-year-old. I like to think that. Second, number one, consistency of profitability. Number two, preservation of my capital. Basically, that means I don't have the luxury of being wrong, which also means if I am wrong, I'm going to have to go back to work. I've been working, my very first job was in 1973. Yep, I was underage. I worked at Old Man Simmons' farm. Okay, we get off the school bus and we jump right back into the pickup truck. Didn't even go home. From school right into the pickup truck, and we went to work in the farm. You know what it's like working on a farm as an 11 or 12-year-old? Ain't that easy. Anyway, but that was back in the 70s. That was perfectly acceptable back then. Anyway, TSL. All right, so we're going to take a look at some stocks. You guys are going to hopefully follow some of the rules. Rule number one, make sure it is a dividend stock. Because the name of the show is Dividend Investing for Weekly Cash Flow. Dividend Stock Talk. Well, both say dividend in it, right? So make sure it has a dividend, number one. Number two, weekly options only. That's it, weekly options only. I would really like number three, make sure the company's profitable, but that's shooting myself in the foot because I've been doing this long enough to know most people have no clue what they're investing in, which boggles my mind because you work and you put all your time and money effort into making money, and then you put it into something you don't know anything about, which boggles my mind. All right, so let's keep on going. So we got a couple to go over. What do we have first? Wow, all these people. Hi, hey, hi, ho. All right, what do we got there? Let's go. All right, let's get it on. Let's get it. Okay, here we go, right here. C.L. Carrillo. He was the first one on the list with D.E. John Deere. Dividend King, if you didn't know. Oh. Which means they are consistently profitable. Okay, I like them. I do. They are on my list. Now, that's not a recommendation to put it on yours. I'm just giving you an observation. It's on my list. So anytime I look at a stock, I'm looking for 5 things. Now, you may think, well, what the hell are they? Well, it should take you 4 or 5 seconds, 4 or 5 seconds to see these 5 things. It's not that difficult. I can do it in 3 seconds. Johnny, name that tune. I can name it in 3 notes. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Up, down. That's it. The 1-year chart. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Whatever. Up, down. It was here. Shot up to the high here. Now it's here. That's it. The high, the low, where is it? 5 things. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? Where's it going? High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Where is it going? It's not that difficult. Once that looks okay, now when I say okay, I don't want it at the high of the year. That's a no-no. I don't want it falling like a rock. That's it. That's the only 2 things I'm looking for. Not at the high and not falling like a rock. Those are the only 2 things I'm looking for when I look at that chart. Okay? Now, after that, I didn't go over all the rules, did I? Number 1, if it's not unless it's a no. Number 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. And yes, it is a game. Once you know the rules and understand the rules, well, yeah, it is a game. Rule number 3. You ready for this one? This is the one that boggles my mind the most. Make sure the company is consistently profitable. Now, we're going to get into that a little bit deeper as we progress because I know someone's going to ask about something and we're going to have to go check and I'm going to have to say, what the hell were you thinking? This company's not profitable. It's inevitable. Every single night, someone comes up with a big old turd and asks me my opinion. Well, that's a big, in my humble opinion, okay? Which probably shouldn't mean anything. You guys shouldn't listen to anything that some bonehead on YouTube says. Well, that's me. Anyway, nothing's not on the list. Never sell at a loss, defeats purpose, consistently profitable. Number 4, weekly options only. Number 5, make sure the numbers work. What do I mean by the numbers? Well, there's one huge number on the board. It's not that difficult to see once you see it, because once you see it, you can never unsee it. You ready? Here it comes. 473, 473, 473, 473. That's it. The big number on the board, 473. It's repeated 4 times. So what is it? It's the last trade of the day on Friday. So you can live this moment knowing that you know something in the future that nobody else knows. The high price of the day on the first week of September in 2025. It's this number. This number here will last the infamy until they stop making notes. Because the high, the low, the open, the close, the volume, those 5 numbers are put into what is called the data stream. The data stream just records the information. What was the opening price on that date? What was the closing price on that date? Well, there it is right there. That number right there. Okay, 10, 20 years from now, hey, what was the high of the day, such and such date? Oh, there it is right there, 473.26. Anyway, that's the number. So when I say make sure the numbers work, we know this is a number here. So we're looking at these here. These are called expiration dates. Now, what I like to do is called a covered call. Remember what I said? Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. The 5 rules, remember that? Number 1, simple. Okay, a covered call is basically one of the simplest. Not the simplest, but one of the simplest. The simplest trading strategy is just to buy the stock. But there's no profit in buying the stock because now the stock has to do something. It either goes up or goes down. Well, now you have to wait. You have to wait for it to move. And then you have to decide how much of a movement before I jump out. Well, that's not simple. So a covered call, basically, I'm buying it for this price. I'm selling one of these. Whether it moves or not, totally irrelevant because I'm going to get paid. I'm going to show you how it works in a little bit. So hold on a second. All right. We did all that. All right. 30 days. Let's go back to the 90 days because I like to look at 4 charts. 1-year chart. That's this one. High, low, all that kind of stuff. The second chart is the 90-day chart, the last 3 months. Same thing. High, low, where was it? Where is it? And then the motion. Sideways, down, up. Simplify it. It was made for a 9-year-old. Don't complicate things. Adults have a tendency to make it more complicated than it needs to be. You can take a 5-year-old, hey, where's the high? Oh, it's right there. Where's the low? It's right there. Okay, where was it 30 days, 90 days ago? Right there. Where is it now? Right here. What direction is it going? Sideways, down, up. Simplified. Don't complicate things. Okay, that's the 90 days. That's the last 3 months. What else am I looking for? I'm looking for patterns. Well, what's the pattern here? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now it's going up. That's a recognizable pattern, and you should be able to see that. Now, we won't go to the last 30 days, because the last 30 days, that'd be the 7, 7, 7, 7th, right there. The last 30 days, which is, this month, what has the stock been doing? High, low, where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down, up. It's in an upward trend right here. Like facts, you can say whatever you want. You honestly can say whatever you want. Numbers don't lie. Where's the high? It's right there. Where's the low? It's right there. What direction is it going? Down, up, down, up. Argue all you want. Really don't care. Really don't want to hear it. I'm just pointing out the obvious. All right, so if this is the current price, here's the bottom. Now she's going up. Great. What is the closest strike price? This is the part where it gets a little bit exciting. So we want to do 12 September. That's this coming Friday. That's 5 days away. See that little tiny 5 right there? 5 days until expiration. 19 September, 12 days to expiration. That's next Friday. The 26th, that's 3 Fridays away. 19 days, 26 days, 3 of October. That's 4 Fridays away. So a contract, a covered call, means I'm buying the stock, this price. A covered call is where I make a contract with someone, an option buyer. See, I'm an option seller. I sell an option, somebody buys it. But the contract needs four things to be a valid contract. Beginning date, that would be tomorrow morning, if I buy this. Ending date, the 12th of September, that's this Friday. 19th September, that's next Friday. Next Friday, whatever. Okay? Beginning date, ending date, consideration. That's money. Money's got to change hands. Could be a handshake. It could be a slice of pie. It could be whatever I want. It's called a consideration. Something that is of value. You could give somebody your word. Well, what kind of value does that have? Well, it's an agreement between two people. And a contract, well, this contract, beginning date, ending date, consideration, and the fourth one, meeting of the minds. That's the technical term, a meeting of the minds. That means an agreement. I'm going to sell you this stock, DE, John Deere, at this price, at this date. That's the agreement. Okay? So I buy the stock. I enter a contract with someone else. It's called a covered call. There are literally hundreds of videos that explain the whole thing. So I buy the stock. I sell it to someone else for the exact same price I paid for it. They pay me a premium. Remember the consideration? They pay me a premium, and that premium, I want it to be over 1%. Because whether the stock moves or not, I really don't care. I want the premium, which is 1%. So here's a quick little quiz for you. Current stock price, $473. 473. What is 1% of 473? 473. Let me say it again a little slower. What is 1% of 473? 473. Isn't that weird? $473, 1% is $4.73. Isn't that simple? Remember, it was created for a 9-year-old. It had to be simple. 1% of 473 is $4.73. So if I'm buying it here, 473, I'm going to sell the 475, which is a little bit higher, means I get a little bit extra money. But look at what I'm collecting. 475, 480. Okay, so if it's got to be higher than 473, well, 480 is higher than 473. Okay, chart worked out, yes. The numbers worked out, yes. Great, awesome. That's what I'm looking for. A good quality company. John Deere, dividend king, increasing his profits for more than 5 decades, consistently, year after year after year after year. Well, that's a definite yes. I like the company. Well, now, is it the right time to buy it? Here's your 30-day high. Here's your 30-day low. What direction is it going? Well, it come off of your 30-day high, finds the bottom. Now she's going back up again. Is that guaranteed? Nope. There's only 3 guarantees in life. And I bet you know 2 of them. That third one always throws people for a loop. You ready? Here we go. Death, taxes, disappointment. Guaranteed to be disappointed at some point in life. It just is what it is. So let's break it down simply. Number 1, do I like John Deere? Yes, I do. Number 2, is it the right time to buy John Deere? It looks like it. Here's the high, here's the low. Now she's going back up again. Is it guaranteed? No, it's not guaranteed. I just want the odds and probabilities in my favor. Well, John Deere is a dividend king, which means for the past 5 decades, now for those of you who don't know what a decade is, that's 10 years. So 10 years, that's 50 years. That's a half of a century. This company has consistently been profitable year after year after year after year. Well, I don't want to buy it here at the high. People take their profits. Now it's at the bottom, turning around. Because what do stocks do? Hold on, before you answer that question, let's go back a little bit. Okay, so if you don't know, let's, zoom in a little bit and let's kind of go over it. So indulge me a little bit. You ready? A year ago, follow along. Up, down, 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 up, down. I can do this all day long. That's all stocks do. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Why? Because that stock goes up. Okay? People like me and a few of you in the audience, hey, I bought it here. Now it's up here. I'm taking my profits. Thank you. And then it drops. Oh, it's low again. Let me buy it again. It goes up. I take my profits. It comes back down again. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it increasing, decreasing. You can call it retracement. You can call it profit taking. You can call it declining. You can call it correcting. You can call it whatever you want. I choose to call it accumulation, profit taking, accumulation, profit. You can call it whatever you want. But I know for me, if I'm buying it here and this baby jumps up, I'm taking my profits. And there's a lot of people just like me. Take your profits, the stock drops. That's it. So let's wrap it up for a second. Number one, do I like John Deere? Well, we already know that. Number two, is it the right time to buy John Deere? It's right there. Here's the high right there. Here's bottom. Now she's going back up. Look, here bottom went up. 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 Bottom. It's simple. 9-year-old. It was creative mind. Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? Well, honey, can you understand what that is? Yeah, Daddy, it went up, it went down, went up, it went down, it went up, it went down, it went up, it went down, it went up. It was created for a 9-year-old. Adults have a tendency to make it more complicated than it needs to be. Now, I've been trading for almost 30 years. And I'm going to admit, my first 10 or 15 weren't the greatest. Don't get me wrong. I made more money in one day than a lot of people make in a month. I've lost more money in 1 week than most people make in a year. So I've made my mistakes. I have what you cannot buy. That is called wisdom. A track record. You do stupid shit, you win stupid prizes. You do stupid stuff here, you lose a bunch of money. I lost $91,000 in 1 week. That hurt a lot. Wife didn't talk to me in about a week or two. And it took me 3 or 4 days just to be able to sleep again. Because that hurt real bad. I remember my very first big loss. My very first big loss because nobody told me. Nobody told me the information. Okay, I was trading options. And I had my options at one point, and it was a Friday afternoon. And nobody told me I could sell them for less than what I paid for them. I didn't know that. I bought an option for $600. It went up and it came back down again, and I didn't sell it here. Okay, I waited until Friday afternoon, and it expired worthless. My very first major loss was $12,000 in 1 day. That was my first major loss. Okay, you can't buy that. You have to earn it. I earned it the hard way. Simple. Buy something, sell something. Eventually, at some point, everything goes up, everything comes down. It goes up, it comes down. It goes up, it comes down. If you like the stock and you want to buy it and hold on to it forever, hey, awesome, great. You're in the wrong place. It's not what I do. I don't buy anything to hold. Okay, I got married once. I had no need to do it again. Okay, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and then I got the t-shirt taken away. You all know what that means. Anyway, does it make sense? Do I like this stock? Do I want to buy this stock? Do I want to do a covered call every single week? Now, the interesting thing about it, depending on how you look at it, okay, you can look at it as buying the stock. That's not the way I look at it. I look at it as investing in a weekly cash producing asset. Because as soon as I buy John Deere, if I buy 100, 200, 300, whatever, however many I buy, that is my cash producing asset. And that asset is going to give me some kind of return every single week. And the worst case scenario, if this bad boy drops to the floor, well, guess what? This company, 5 decades, 50 years, consistently increased its profits to its dividend, to its shareholders. So if I buy some shares in this company, every single year the dividend gets higher and higher and higher and higher. So regardless of where I buy it in, the dividend never changes, but except it goes higher and higher. It doesn't go backwards, because that's what a dividend king is. And nobody can become a dividend king because they want to. You only become a dividend king if you earn it, which means 5 decades of consistent profit. Oh, Andrea, oh, I got a flower, you didn't get one. Okay, anyway, only way to become a dividend king is to consistently be profitable year after year after year. And companies don't get to decide that, okay? Someone else figures that out. And no, it ain't me, okay? There's somebody somewhere, I have no idea who it is, who takes a look at all the companies and takes a look at all the spreadsheets, take a look at all the annual reports, all the quarterly reports. Has this company been consistently profitable? It's a yes or no question. And if you're consistently profitable, you get put on a pedestal. Right now, the highest pedestal in the land is a dividend king. 5 decades of increased profits. The next one is the dividend aristocrats. 25 years of increased profits. Under them, the dividend champions, dividend contenders. Okay, there's another one too. I don't bother with because it's only 5 years. 5 years is not enough time for me. I like 2 decades, 25 years. User 90550, whatever. You want to look at AT&T? Hold tight for a minute. Let's go back to the beginning. Where were we? All right, do me a favor, okay? Okay, for those of you that are new here, specifically 905006317. Why couldn't your parents name you Tim? Seriously, okay? Once. I try to answer each and every individual question. Now, I'm streaming on 9 different channels, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get 6 screens that I can read. The ones down here, I can't read them. I have no idea. This is not like a business. It's just a hobby. Kind of doing this for the fun of it. If you ask over and over and over again, that's not going to help out any. Just ask the question once. I will get to it when I get to it. Okay, I'm not ignoring anyone. It's just I have a lot in front of me to go through. And I'm sure you don't want me reading everything. You want me to show you stocks that actually make sense. Well, to me, John Deere makes sense. All right, so let's keep on going back up here. You guys ask a lot of questions. Where are we? Holy cow. Boy, you guys got a lot of questions. All right, right there. Back to the beginning. Carrillo. K-Van was second. K-Van wants to take a look at BBY. All right, let's move this back over to here. BBY is Best Buy. All right. BBY. Interesting. Look at that. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look, it's down, up. Okay, great. Right here. What's going on? Well, before I do anything else, did you see that? That was 3 to 4 seconds. Okay. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Down, up. Don't make it more complicated. 3 or 4 seconds. Great. What's next? The numbers. What is it at? 77.76. 76, 140. That's almost 2%. Almost. Not quite, but almost. Okay, well, 2%. That sounds good. Great. 1, 2. Now let's go deeper dive into the numbers and see the actual numbers and see, do they make sense? All right. A year ago, 98. Tops out at 103. That was the end of September last year. Bottoms out on TDS Day. That was the second week of April. 55. Look at that. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up. Okay, this is going to be a no because the bottom's here. She's shooting up. Not a time to buy. That's a time to sell. Terribly sorry. Don't get me wrong. It's on my list. Just not this week. Okay, let's go a little bit closer like this. Okay, what do you think? Bottom's here. Is that time to buy or time to sell? Now, if you like Best Buy, great. It's time to sell. Wait 2 weeks. It's going to come back down here. When it comes back down here, she'll turn around and go back up again. Because that's what stocks do. Guess what? You write down 2 weeks. 2 weeks, we'll look at Best Buy. And you're probably saying, 2 weeks? Well, whether you like it or not, 2 weeks is coming. Okay? Whether you like it or not, I want to admit it, Friday's right around the corner. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to spend almost all of my money. Almost. I like to keep a little bit back just in case there's a pullback. All right? Because pullbacks come back, and if you invest everything and a pullback comes, well, I have margin, so I'd get a margin call, and I really don't like those. So I have to be leery to leave a little bit of money aside just in case. Be on the safe side. So, no to Best Buy. Sorry, dude. Next, Comcast, Hollywood. Throwing Comcast at me. See, MCSA. Interesting. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, sideways, down, up. Easy to see. Easy, right? Numbers. 33.91. The 34 is going for 37. That's a yes. Let's take a better look at the numbers. Year ago, 39. Tops out at 45.25. The last 90 days, same thing. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up. Simple, right? Now let's go for the last 30 days. 30 days was on the 7th, right there. Oh, sorry, Hollywood. Bottom, topped up. Now she's going sideways. Now, it could be, hold on a second. Could be that this thing is a new trading range between 33.20 and 34.10. It's just going sideways. Does it make sense? Well, it's in a nice steady uptrend if you like Comcast. Now, Comcast incorporated in the early 1960s. They got over 60 million people paying them a check every 30 days. That's crazy. People love their television. Why not own Comcast? They're not a dividend king, but they are a dividend aristocrat, which means 25 years of consistent profits. You either like it or you don't. So at 33.91, let's do the 34s. Let's do the 33.50s. Okay, 33.91. 33.50 is right here, 64. And let's see what it looks like. Now, remember one thing. This is very important. At this moment in time, none of these numbers are moving. They're not moving. But tomorrow morning at 9:30, when the market is open, every single one of these numbers are going to change every 2 or 3 seconds. It's like throwing a dart at a moving dartboard. So the dartboard is moving, and you got to throw it as it's moving. That's all it is, but make sure the numbers work. The equation's always the same. What am I buying it for? What am I selling? What is it at this moment in time? Because in 2 or 3 seconds, that number is going to change. And then another 2 or 3 seconds, it's going to change again. Is it going up or down? Nobody knows. But if it's giving me 1%, I'll take it. I'm at the point in my life where it's giving me 34, not 35 or 33. I'll take it because it's more than 1%. That's what I'm looking for. I'm at the point where I don't really bother with the pennies. If it's close enough, that works for me. Now, you can do a limit order or a market order. A limit order, you get to choose what you want. This is what I want. Market order, give it to me now. I don't care what the price is. Which one do you think I'm at? Give it to me now. I don't care what the price is at. Because as you see, we're going to do a trade right now on Comcast so you get an idea of what it looks like. And I'll tell you why I do a give it to me now. This is what I want. All right? It's called a market order. So let's get rid of this. All right? Now, I want to go here where it says single. Now, all of these are different trading strategies. Okay, single, vertical, back ratio, calendar, blah, 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 blah. I only teach one. Now, I know how to do almost all of them. Some of them I just don't even bother because it's too much work for me. I'm okay with 1%. Think about it. I'm okay with getting 50% rate of return on my money because it takes me 5 to 10 minutes a day to do my own personal account. Okay, 5 or 10 minutes, that's all it takes. Why? What stocks? Hold on. We'll get to that in a minute. But I want to change it to covered call. Remember I said there's plenty of examples of covered calls. Okay. Currently at 34. I want to do the 35.50 right there. I just want to do one contract. By showing you one contract, you will get an idea of how much one is. And then you figure, all right, I get this much money. I can do 8. I can do 42. Okay, once I show you what one is going to cost or what the investment on one is, you'll decide, well, I can do 5, I can do 10, I can do 15. Well, one is $3,300 for one. You get 33 million, you can do 1,000 of them. Okay. Oh, I got me another thing. Woohoo! Thank you. Who sent? Oh, I didn't see who sent it. Damn it. All right. Anyway. All right. So here's the trade. Now, remember when I said simple, safe, predictable, and consistent? Well, the consistency comes in where it has a weekly option, which means I can do it every single week, week after week after week after week. Okay, predictable. That's what we're at this moment. Now, remember I said it's simple. Covered call is one of the simplest strategies. Safe, it's also one of the safest strategies because you can do a covered call in your IRA. A lot of trading strategies you cannot do in your IRA. You can do a covered call in your IRA. It is that safe where the federal government says, yeah, it's a safe trade. You can do it. Go ahead. You can't do a cash secured put. Okay, you can't do a spread. You can't do a calendar. There's a lot of things you cannot do in your IRA, but covered call you can. Okay, so simple, safe, predictable. You ready? Predictable. Now, before I even do this trade, you see this right here? Maximum profit. I already know what I'm going to make before I do it. So I don't have to do the trade. I already know what I'm going to make before I do it. Let me explain. So $26, maximum profit. Cost of trade, including commissions and fees, $3,300. So to figure out what the rate of return is, we go to the calculator. And I don't have the calculator. Okay. Calculator. All right. Now, to figure it out, we take the profit, $26, into the calculator, and then we divide it by the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, $33.24. I'm going to give you a little bit of an example. $33.24. That gives me 0.7. 0.7. No. That's a no. It's not big enough. So let's go to the 34. See what the 34 is, because the 33.5 doesn't work. Okay, so let's get rid of this one. Edit. And I want to go to the 34. Right there. Same thing. Here we go. Now things have changed a little bit. So, oh, I didn't read it. Sorry, I didn't read it. By one covered call, Comcast 100. That is the weekly trade. 12 September 25. That means this trade is going to expire this coming Friday. $34 call option against the stock at the market to open to open. Nope, didn't stutter, didn't repeat myself. To open means there are two trades going on here. Buying the stock, that's one trade. That gets sent to New York. Selling the option, that's trade number 2. That gets sent to Chicago. Interesting thing about those two trades. The option trade is going to expire on the 12th of September. That's this coming Friday. Oh, I got another one. I forget who gave me that one. All right, anyway. Number 2. Ooh, more roses. Woohoo! Mayna, thank you. Two trades. The option trade is going to expire this Friday. The stock trade never, ever, ever expires. Never. You buy it, you own it, it's yours till the day you die or until you sell it. One or the other. So if you like this company, and this is the big one. Number one, there's a couple of questions. The biggest question I want you to get from this whole thing. Okay, so I'm here till 11 o'clock, all right, which is about 2.5 hours. If it makes sense, that's the only thing you need to work with. Okay, you walk away from tonight, ask yourself a question. Does this make sense? Buy a good quality company, a covered call, simple, safe trading strategy. Okay, I know what my profit's going to be before I even do it. It's either going to be a yes or a no. But the big questions, does it make sense? That's one big question. Question number 2, do I like this company? Do I like this company enough to put my own personal money into it and then hold it until it, 2 things, gets taken away from me, which is what I'm trying to do, because I'm trying to make a profit. I'm not trying to get married again. I don't care about the company. I really don't. I get 2 concerns. Is the company profitable consistently? 2 decades, 20 years. Well, Comcast, yeah, they're consistently profitable. Are they paying weekly options? Yes, they are. Well, if I invested in it this week, how much can I get? Well, let's do the math again. Because remember, we changed from $33.50 to go to the 34. which one makes sense. Because right now the stock is at 33.91. Yes, okay, so the 34 does make sense. All right, so let's read it again. Buy one covered call Comcast. It's the weekly. 12 September 25. That didn't change. It's the same expiration date this Friday. I want to be in tomorrow, out on Friday. The $34 call option. That's the only thing that changed. Against the stock at the market to open. Okay, so my profit now is 46. The investment's the exact same, 33.54. All right, so let's get that calculator out again and see what it says. All right, 46.50 maximum profit, 46.50. Cost of the trade, including commissions and fees, 33. Now, there's certain ways you can look at this. You can look at, hey, I'm investing in this company, or I am buying a weekly producing cash asset, a weekly cash producing asset. Because I can get a cash flow from Comcast every single week. If stock goes up, I can still get some kind of cash flow. If stock goes down, I can still get some kind of cash flow from it. And I can also get the increased dividends every single year. Okay? Because the company does increase its dividends. Okay. All right. Steve wants to know if I do cash secured puts. Steve, I do, but the numbers really have to work. I don't really like doing them. I don't like to associate with puts because it has a it's leaning towards the downside, negative. I don't like negative stuff in my life. I know, I'm weird. I don't like negative stuff. I watch movies with happy endings. I don't like those violent movies for some strange reason. I like my life to be happy and pleasant. My dad says I live in La La Land. Well, hey, it's my choice. I want to be happy. Uh-oh, Claude, is that bars of gold or, bolts of lightning? Ooh, cool beans. Woo. All right, so profit, 46.50. What is the cost of the trade, including commissions and fees? 33.54. Whoops. Now, that's 1.3%. Okay? 1.3% for 1 week. What's my target? Well, my target is 34. What's it at now? 33.91. Am I okay with that? I will sell the 34 every single Friday. Now, granted, I might not make 1.3% every single week, but you know what is guaranteed? I will get a dividend that increases every year, every 90 days. So Comcast pays a dividend every 90 days. Okay? They pay a dividend every 90 days. They share their profits. Well, that works for me. Next year, if I don't hit my target, here, get this, ready? If I don't hit my target of 34, okay, between now and next year, I will collect a premium every 7 days until it hits my target. Every 7 days until it hits my target. Well, it's bouncing off a 30-day bottom. It's going in an upward trend. It's 9 cents off of that target price. Now, if it hits the target price, 34, and somebody exercises that and takes that away from me, I don't care. I get all my money back and I get to keep this. Okay, what am I looking for? Am I looking to buy stocks? No, I'm not looking to buy stocks. I'm not looking to own stocks. Me personally, I'm looking to create weekly cash flow safely. Well, Comcast has been in business for over 50 years and they have over 60 million people paying them every single month. That's a good investment for me. It's not a tip. It's not a recommendation. It's an observation. Okay, I like Comcast. It's profitable. Well, I can make 1.38% this week. Buy it for $33.91, sell it for $34, collect $46 per contract. Now, if I get 10 contracts, that's $460. If I get 100 contracts, that's $4,600. We all have a different amount of money to play with. You might only be able to get 7. I might be able to get 12. Peter might be able to get 115. The only thing that changes is how many contracts you buy. The rate of return, if I get 10, you get 1, Peter gets 115, guess what? We all make the exact same amount of money, 1.38%. That's what I'm looking for. A consistent, predictable, safe 1% every single week. Only with companies that are consistently profitable. That, my friends, is a list that you have to come up with. So I always do the A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Well, step number 1 is to come up with a list. What stocks do you like? Well, it's not that easy. There's 10,354 companies as of last week. I don't know what they are this week yet because we haven't checked yet. Okay, it's getting a little late, so I'm not going to check it. We'll check it tomorrow. But number 1, pick up a list. What companies do you like? Now, I say never invest in a company. This is just my opinion. Just my opinion. Okay, now there's a few of you that are going to go contrary to my opinion because you're going to do whatever you want, like FCX. FCX is not a dividend-paying stock. So it doesn't fit. But George wants to put his money there. Nothing wrong with that, George. You put your money wherever you want. I wouldn't do it because it's not giving me what I want. Okay, when I go shop, I see a nice pair of boots or a nice jacket or something like that. If it don't fit, I don't get it. Plain and simple. Okay, Comcast works 1.38. Hey, I like Comcast. Anyway, next. I'm going to try to go through these a little bit quicker. That way we get to see more and talk less. Let's get back to the beginning. All right, so that gave you an idea how to break it down. Pick a stock, what to look for, the 1-year chart, 90-day chart, 30-day chart. Are they all pointing in that direction? Is it right? What am I buying it for? What am I selling it for? Is it 1% or not? It's simple. 33.91, the closest strike price is going to be 34. 1% of 34 is 34. Well, it's currently 37. 37 is higher than 34, so that's a yes. Simple. Remember? 9-year-old. Less than, when I say, hey, this is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader. Now, my daughter, 9 years old, she was the 10-minute. Now, you know what? We haven't seen her today, so let's bring her on up. JC, come on down. The people want to see you to say hi. Where are we? Right there. Right there. We're going to go over to YouTube so you can meet the little princess. Here she is. YouTube, tra-la-la. All right, come on. All right. Videos. Oldest, right there. Here's the princess right there.
Hi, I'm JC, and you being part of my internet website club thingy, which my dad doesn't let me calling it that, but I do. Being part of that, you're going to be getting weekly lists of stocks that I'll be trading, and every month you'll be getting 4 lists of stocks that you can choose from.
Hey, that's me 15 years ago. Look at all the hair I had. Look at that. Well, that hair, it's going. All right, I'm in my 60s, you know. Yay! That's my favorite part. I had to make it fun and exciting for a 9-year-old. Terribly sorry. But what you're seeing in the background, all this back here, that is an EX dividend calendar. They didn't have one 15 years ago. So we had to do it all long form. How many companies in this month? How many companies in this month? Okay, down here is a little bit of interesting stuff too. Well, that was 15 years ago, and a lot has changed in the last 15 years. Okay, user 905000. What part of once is enough? You've entered AT&T like 30 times, okay? There's like hundreds of people here. I told you I will get to it when I have the chance. It's not as if I didn't see it the first 15 times you put it in there. I will get to it. And AT&T is going to be a no anyway because it's too high. Anyway, so you met JC. That was my daughter. 2008, she said, Daddy, what are you doing? Can you teach me? And now we are here. Well, I like it, you know. 50% a year is kind of nice. It works nicely for me. Let's get out of there. Let's get, we don't need that. We don't need that. Back to there, great. Back to here, great. All right. You want to see AT&T? Here we go, AT&T. No. at the high. I don't buy anything at the high. Simple. AT&T is a no. Did you get it? No. Bottom here shoots up. Not a time to buy. It's a time to sell, in my humble opinion. You want to buy it, you buy it. Okay, it just doesn't look right to me. I don't buy anything at the high of the year. It doesn't make sense. So AT&T, now you can stop entering that stupid thing in there. Next. K-Van wants to take a look at AIG. I like AIG. Interesting. I'm going to say yes and no. K-Van, watch this. You ready? Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's coming down at the moment, but look at that big bottom right there. Let's zoom into it a little bit better so give you an idea. It's no for this week. But here we go. 30 days ago, here's the bottom. Shoots up. Now you got profit taking. This thing's going to keep dropping until it stops, turns around, goes back up again. So not this week, maybe next week. 79.21. The 79 is going for 85. Well, that's a yes. That's more than 1%. But not this week. I'm going to write AIG down for next week. Oh, it's actually written down for this week. All right, well, it didn't make it this week, so next week. Well, I could be wrong, you know. I could be. Because this could be the new bottom. You see, I like 2 days of the upside. So Monday could be here, Tuesday could be here, Wednesday could be there, which means jumping in on Wednesday. Could be. But we'll take a look at it. So remind me tomorrow night, someone. We'll take a look at AIG and see what did it do. What else do we got? Can I look at KR? Kroger. Interesting. High, low. So what's going on there? Ooh, interesting. Okay, so here's your 30-day bottom. 2 days to the upside. Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday was down, Thursday was down, Friday was down. So remember I say I like 2 days to the upside? Bottom was here. 1 day, 2 days, third day would have been jumping in there. But no, it turned around, went back down again. So we're still looking for the bottom on Kroger. Got to wait a little bit longer. Slick Pulla, Hank, what's going on? Richmond, Steve, good afternoon. Steve, thank you for that. Niculator, FedEx, FDX. Interesting. Same thing. High, low is, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, interesting. 227, 227, 227, $3. Yeah, that looks good. Let's go a little bit deeper. I need glasses for that. A year ago, 284. The high of, you got a double high. Okay, middle of September and end of November. Okay, and that was 308. Here we go. Bottom right there, TDS. Here's the bottom. Shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back, turns, goes back up again. Doesn't look quite right. Right here, last 30 days. Okay. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Up, down, up. Here's your bottom here, Thursday. Thursday's the bottom. Friday's 1 day up. So tomorrow, if tomorrow is up, then Tuesday might be a good day to jump in. So I'm going to write FedEx down for Tuesday. Not quite yet, because see, here's your top here, bottom. Now she's turning around, going back up. Now, if you like FedEx and you think this is good and she's going to go up, yeah, you jump into it. All right, I got to change. Okay. So FedEx, maybe this week, maybe. Stephen McDonald, Bishop, what's going on? Defun, what do the green and red represent on the spreadsheet? Green means I bought something. Red means I sold something. V wants to take a look at Vale. V-A-L-E, Vale. No. 3 to 4 seconds. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, sideways, up. See, right here, it's at a 30-day high. I don't buy anything at a 30-day high. It's time to sell, not time to buy. Okay, 30 days ago. Top, bottom, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up. It's at a 30-day high. Why would I buy at the 30-day high? It just doesn't make sense to me. PSEC, P-S-E-C. Who asked for that? George Martinez. No. The reason I'm saying no, George. September, October, November, January. Now, when I say never invest in a company you don't know, you don't understand, when I say I'm looking for profitability and weekly options, this is monthly. September, October, November, January. Those are months of the year. Means I can only trade it once a month, which means 1 or 2% per trade. I'm making 12 to 24%. If you're okay with that, fine. You do monthlies. The reason I don't like monthlies, George, okay, this is 30 days. Here's your low. Here's your high. It went up. It came down. It went up. It came down. It went up. It came down. Now it's going back up again. Great. George, now tell me where it's going to be in 30 days. Hold on. It's at 289. The 3 is going for 5 cents. So if I buy it at 289, sell the 3 option, I'm picking up 5 cents. 5 cents is a little over 1.5% for 46 days. 46 days is 5 months. So now I'm getting 1.5% for 5 weeks. I want 1% a week, dude. I don't do monthlies. The numbers just don't add up. I've never, ever, ever seen the numbers add up. And where's it going to be in 30 days? Now, 5 days, well, yeah, 5 days will probably be somewhere around here. 5 days. 30 days? No, forget it. It's too much effort for too little money. Albalito Vistra. Yeah, got to give me the ticker symbol. I don't know that one. Harold, what is your website again, please? Okay, top left corner. Okay, you'll see a little picture of myself in the top left corner of your screen. Okay, just click on that. That will take you to my website, The10MinuteTrader. Okay, also, if you want to have a conversation, okay, send me a phone number. I'll give you a call. We can chat. I don't do WhatsApp. I don't do, what's those other ones? Telegram. I don't do Snapchat. I don't do crypto. I don't do Forex. If you get an email from me with the greatest deal I've ever come across, that ain't me. I'm just telling you now. I'm live on 9 different channels. So yeah, you probably see me here and there. But here's the thing. I don't initiate emails, text messages, or any of that stuff. So if you think you're talking to me with via email or text or whatever it is, you're not. Because I get a lot of people that have been scammed by people pretending to be me. It's just part of the game. And no, they will not do anything about it. So what else do we have here? Vistra, AT&T, FedEx, already did that one. Ooh, Cool Arrow wants to take a look at Kohl's. Kohl's. I do own some Kohl's. Kohl's actually very profitable for me last year. Look at this. Last year we're at 22, and she dropped all the way down to here. So why is it I made a whole bunch of money when this thing was dropping? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Do I need to keep doing that? That's all they do. They go down, they go up. I'm in for 4 or 5 days. That's it. I jump in on a Monday or Tuesday. I'd like to be out on a Friday. That simple. Let's keep on keeping on. All right, what other questions do we have over here? Oh, Mr. Steve wants to take a look at Target. Let's take a look at Target there, Mr. Steve. Ooh, check that out. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Sideways, down, up, up, down. Now she's changing right there. Changing. Let's get a closer look. Before I do, 93.17, the 93s are going for 142. Come on, we know that's more than 1%, and it's Target. You may like them, you may not like them, but Target is a dividend king. 5 decades, consistently profitable. You may not agree with what they do, what they stand for, but they are consistently profitable. So last 30 days, what do you think? Here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. Look at this. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Here's your bottom. 1 day, 2 days. So tomorrow. Now this is my rule. This is for me, not for you guys. For me, I want a bottom, 2 days up. That's 1, that's 2. On the 3rd day, if she's higher than 93.17, that's where I will jump in. I jump in the 3rd day after a bottom coming off for a top. That's my rule for me. As a trader, you've got to figure out what works for you. Now, I'm going to jump over to another channel and see what's happening over here. Because I've been paying attention to these guys here. I haven't paid attention to those guys. Wait a second. I got someone over here. Etsy. Etsy. I'm going to say no to Etsy. Only because I know Etsy is not 20 years old. ETSY. But if you like it, hey, more power to you. Here's the high, here's the low, sideways, down, up, down. Now she's turning right there. But 54.06 to 54, that's more than 2%. If you like Etsy. Now, don't get me wrong, you might like Etsy. They may be here for another 100, 200 years. I don't know. Now, why do I say that? Well, because the current stock market has been around for over 240 years. Wait a minute. Sorry, 220 some odd years. The very first dividend stock was sold in 1602. Well, that's over 200 years ago. So Etsy might be here for another 200, 300 years. We don't know. Okay, look at this. The last 30 days. Okay, shoots up, pulls back. Your bottom was Thursday. Friday is 1 day to the top side. The 54 is going for over 2%. If you like Etsy. It's not on my list, but if you like it, hey, more power to you. What else we got there? Ooh, AMAT, Applied Materials. Nice, check that out right here. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 162.75 to 162.50, yep. Even the 165, okay, the 162.50 right there, 267. Well, that works. Question is, do I like Applied Materials? It's a good question. Dell. Ooh, I love me some Dell. Now, the reason I love Dell, let me show you why I love Dell so much. But first, high, low, where was it? Where is it? Look, it's up, down, up. Okay, 124.83, the 125s, 215. That's over 2%. What do I like about Dell the most? Look at this. The 125, 215. The 126, 159. The 127, 128. All three of those are over 1%. Now, there are some stocks, Energy Transfer, okay, that's good. That's 0.5%. 2 cents, 0.000. Okay, there's a couple of companies. There's a bunch of them. Once you're out of the money, 0.000. I don't like it because if you're wrong, and they do go other ways, okay, they do go up and they do go down. Once it goes down, you're getting 0. So I like to get companies that have a good premium, which means the market maker is a little on the generous side. Okay. We were looking at Dell, weren't we? Okay, here's the last 30 days for Dell. You tell me if it looks good. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up, down, up. Here's your bottom. She's bouncing up. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days to the upside. See, I would have jumped in. That's me. Okay, here's your bottom. Wednesday, Thursday. Wait. Sorry, Tuesday. Tuesday's your bottom. Wednesday's 1 day up. Tuesday's 2 days up. Friday. Wait a second. Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, so it opened higher there. So I would have been in. Even though it pulled back, I still would have been in. See, I don't cherry pick and say, no, I wouldn't have done it. No, I would have done it. Okay, bottom's here. And then it opened here, which is higher. So yeah, I would have jumped in. Okay, and I would have jumped in at, what price is that? The opening price of the day is 127.25. So I would have done the 127s, which is right here, which is 128, which is still over 1%, which is what I'm looking for. But the big question, do I like Dell? Well, yeah, I like Dell. It's on my list. I don't know about you, and I'm not telling you to put it on your list. I'm telling you, you need to decide for yourself what is on your list and what isn't. All right. We're running low on time, so let's keep on keeping on. Intel. Somebody wants to take a look at Intel, INTC. Interesting. Now I do own a bunch of Intel already. Okay, high, low, where was it? Where is it? Up, down, right here. What's going on there? Before we do that, what's the number? 24.49. Come on, really? 24.49, the closest one, 24.50. You can't get any closer to 24.50 than 24.49. Okay, so the 24.50 is going to put 54 cents. That's over 2%. Let's give that one a whirl, see what we think. Okay, so the last 30 days, kind of going sideways for the last 3 weeks. Just sideways. Now, sideways is great for this strategy. Well, but you have to ask yourself those questions. Number one, does it make sense? Number two, do I like this company? Number three, do I like this company at this price, $24.49? It's a simple question. Do I like Intel at $24.49? And then, am I willing to buy it and never, ever, ever sell it for less than $24.50? That's my target. $24.49, target's $24.50. Well, how much closer do you want to get to $24.50? Well, $24.49 is pretty much as close as you're going to get. So here's the thing. If I buy it tomorrow morning, okay, $24.49, I sell it someone $24.50. I collect over 2%, and then I hold it until it goes over $24.50. Well, what if it goes over $24.50 by the end of the week? Oh, boo-hoo, I get all my money back, and I get to keep the profit. Let's see what that is. Let's get rid of this. I get that question every single week. Well, what happens if you get assigned? Well, if I get assigned, I get all my money back. I don't see what the big deal is. Well, what if I want to keep the stock? Well, then keep the stock. You don't have to do anything. Okay, here it is. Buy one covered call Intel 100. It's the weeklies, 12 September 25. That means it's going to expire this coming Friday. Actually, Saturday. Options expire Saturdays. Okay, I may have said Fridays. Well, at 3:59 p.m., you can't do anything. At 4 o'clock, market closes. So literally, you can't do anything after 4 p.m. on Friday. But they actually expire on Saturday. So I always tell all my clients, don't look at your numbers until Sunday. Because on Friday, everything's going to look kind of weird. Saturday, it's going to look worse. Sunday, everything will even out because the computers even everything out over the weekend. So I got a couple of clients. He said, well, the numbers look terrible. Am I losing? I said, no. Don't look at the numbers on Saturday or Friday. Wait until Sunday. You can't do anything anyway. So why look at it on Friday or Saturday, get all upset because the computers haven't calculated anything yet? Well, on Sunday, you get to know exactly where you stand again for the next week. All right, so here it is. Buy one covered call Intel 12 September 25. That's this coming Friday. The 24.50 call option, 24.50. I'm selling it 24.50. What am I buying it for? 24.49. Okay. The call option against the stock at the market to open, 2 trades. Profit $64 per contract. 1 contract, 64 bucks. 10 contracts, 640 bucks. 1,000 contracts, 6,400. It's all the same. Okay? 1, 64. 10, 64 times 10. All right. 23.86. Cost of trade, including commissions and fees, 23.86. I'm investing in a weekly cash producing asset. Think of a gumball machine or a vending machine, a soda machine. Okay, you stand there, somebody stands there and they feed it money. And then at the end of the week, you come pick up the money. Guess what happens next week? People put money in, you come back, you take the money out. Weekly cash producing asset until I sell it. If I'm buying it for $23.86, okay, if it hits $24.50, well, then I get all this money back and I get to keep this. Or I can roll it into next week and pick up another premium. And I can roll it every single week. See, I didn't know about rolling until about 2 years ago. And if I knew about rolling 2 years ago, well, 2023, I wouldn't have lost money on Target. I lost it was like 25,000 overnight because the stock closed at one price and it gapped up. It gapped up 25 points overnight. It's called a gap. It's called a black swan. Something that happens, but it doesn't happen consistently. Because if you go to the park, you see a swan every once in a while. But how often do you see a black swan? Black swan is something that happens so sporadically, they can't really label it or anything. But anyway, let's do the math on this one. Profit, $64. Investment, $23.86. Grand total of 2.6%. Now, ask yourself a question. If 1% every single week is a little over 50% per year, which means you can double your money in 14 to 16 months, awesome. 2.68, you can double your money, what, 6 months, 9 months? That's 2%. 1% a week is 50% a year. 2% a week is over 100% a year. 2.68%, that's more than 100% a year. Want to see one better? Watch this. This is if cost of trade, including commissions and fees, $23.86. If you have an all cash account. Now, I always tell, I don't give a lot of advice and I don't give a lot of tips, but one tip I do give: never, ever, ever do margin unless you understand the risks involved. Now, I'm going to show you something and you're going to go, whoa! But remember, it is risky. Higher rates of return come with higher risk. All right, so this number here, buying power effect, this is a margin account, which means if you're doing all cash, you're coughing up 23. I get margin, I'm coughing up 11. Huge difference. Let's see what it looks like on the calculator. The profit stays the same, 64 bucks. I mean, that doesn't change. But my investment, not 23.86, 11.66, 1,166. That's a margin account. Now, the better you get and the longer you do it, they give you better margin rates. Right now, mine, I think, is like 1.5 to 1. So for every dollar I put in, they put 1.5. All right, so that, if I do this trade this week, I'm making for this week 5.48%. How long is it going to take if I get 5.84% every single week? I'm only looking for one. And I do have a margin account, so my return's a little bit higher than everyone else. I try not to show it because I don't do margin until you understand the risk. Because margin is you're borrowing someone else's money. It's very risky if you're not right. So practice, practice, practice. Get good at it. When you are ready for it, if you're ever ready for it, then do it. Because they're going to offer it to you. Okay? Would you like to have margin? It's like, I'm going to put in 100 grand. Would you like to have margin? Now I have 200 grand. Wow. Yeah. No, that's borrowed money. And I have to pay to borrow that money. So I got to pay 8% per year. I don't mind. I'm making 50 or 60% per year. I don't mind paying 8. Matter of fact, I don't mind paying 20%. So you want to lend me money? I'll borrow money from you at 20%. I don't care. I'm making 40, 60%. So I really don't care paying 20%. Anyway, let's keep on keeping on. Next on the list. Oh, what else do we have over here? Intel jump, got that one. Oh, Sean wants to take a look at IBM. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. IBM. IBM. So 3 to 4 seconds. You ready? High, low. Where was it? Where is it? Up, down, up. You can count all these. They don't mean anything. Here it is. Bottom, top, down. Now she's going up again. Well, that doesn't look that bad. But if you zoom into it, so let's zoom into it. $7 days ago. I'm sorry, 30 days ago. Top, bottom. Where was it? Where is it? Down, up, down, up. Well, here's your top, comes down, here's your bottom, shoots up, here's your new top, comes down, here's your new bottom. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, new trading range right there. 230, 248.53. The 247s are paying this, the 250s are paying that. You just got to do a little bit of math. Which one makes sense to you? Okay. Now I'm into IBM at 285. So my stock at 285 is somewhere up here. Okay. But I'm selling this week's 247.50s. I think. I don't know. I get too many positions. Anyway, Eric wants to take a look at TSLL. Okay, Eric, hold that thought. TSLL. TSLL. Now, I do own some TSLL, in case you're all wondering. Here's your top. Here's your bottom. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Up, down, up, sideways. 1351. 1350s are paying 61. That's like 8%. Now, TSLL is not a dividend stock. Now, I do own some only because of extenuating circumstances. But let's go over the numbers. Okay? A year ago, we're at $10. The high of the year, the middle of December, 41.82. Well, we drop here at TDS, right there, 631. Shoot up, pull back, go sideways. Look at the last couple of months. Okay, what do you think? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So is she going up? Yeah, she's going up. How much further can she go up? Well, remember, I'm only looking to grab 1%. So if I buy it now at 1351, buy one covered call, TSLL 12, September, this is Friday, 1350 call against the stock, blah, 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 3450, 13 is my investment. Margin, it's 640. Let's do the math. 3450 divided by 1316, 2.6% for 1 week. Do you like TSLL? Either you do or you don't. Simple, right? All right, let's get out of this. See what else we're coming up with. We're getting close to 11 o'clock. All right, next. Hello, team. How do we get the Google Sheet for Patreon members? Okay, gonna have to hold off on that one. Mr. Steve, I find tracking it on your own the way you like works best. A few on Discord channel, made some on. Okay, got that one. Steve, can you do a cash secured put? All right, let's do a cash secured put here. Okay, you said 1350. All right. Ready, Mr. Steve? 1350. The 1350 is going for 59. Okay, explain to me the difference, Steve. Seriously. If I'm paying 1351, a covered call is going to be 61. A cash secured put is going to be 59. Okay, however you look at it, you have to take a chunk of money and put it aside, because they don't let you do a cash secured put unless you put cash up. Okay, so if you put in cash up, you're getting 59 cents per share. Okay, if I buy it, I'm putting cash up. Same thing, you're putting cash up and you're getting return. 59 cents per share, 61 cents per share. I don't know. You do the numbers. Which one makes sense? 61 cents a share or 59 cents a share? You're still putting money up, but what is your rate of return? Basically going to be about the same. So do you think the stock's going up? Do you think it's coming down? Where is the best place to put it? If you put it to 350, 1350 right here. If it drops down to 11, you're still going to buy it at 1350. Well, if I buy it at 1350 and it drops to 11, same thing. Okay? Either way, I'm buying at 1351. If she drops down to here, okay, fine. If you do a cash secured put and it drops and it's down here, you're in the exact same boat I'm in. So it's always going to be a numbers game. Sometimes cash secured puts are better than covered calls. Sometimes, most of the time, a covered call is better. It's all a numbers game. Which one works better? I think that's the first time I ever did a cash secured put and explained it. Hey, James, what is a good time to roll if a call is already in the money, like midweek, less than one purchased of it, better or to wait until Friday? Okay, iPhone TS, I have no idea who you are, but here's the thing. Hold that thought. Now, the reason why we have the morning trading group is basically to teach people as you do it. Okay? So, as you do a trade, you buy a stock, let's say you do TSLL, and it's at 351, and you sold it, 1351, and you sold the 1350s. Well, great. Very first thing I would do is I would create a rolling order the very next day to roll it into the next week, looking for the profit that I want to capture. If the market maker fills it, great, I'll roll it into the next week. If the market maker doesn't fill it, then it expires on that Friday and somebody takes that stock away from it. So there's always an exit strategy, and there's always an entry strategy, and there's always a way. See, my main goal, and I say this every night, consistency of profitability. I'm looking to make profit every single week. Second is preservation of my capital. So I take a look at my account every single day, 5 or 10 minutes. What did I buy it for? 1351. What did I sell against it? 1350. What did I collect? 61. What is it at now? What direction does it look like it's going? What do I do next? Now, that's the reason for the morning trading group, because sometimes people need to be handheld as they're experiencing it. And when you're ready to let go, it's kind of like riding a bike. You know, your dad or your mom or someone would hold the bike and walk with you or run with you while you're riding. At some point, we let go and you're on your own. Same thing here. You continue every single month until you are ready to let go, to be on your own. You can always rejoin again, or you can always downgrade so you can at least get recordings, and then you can listen to what's going on. And does it make sense? And if you have a question, you can ask that. Okay, anyway. Next. Uh-oh, it's 11:02. Uh-oh. That means no more stocks, just questions. What's the stock? TSLL. I missed a bunch. Hershey, woo! Thank you for that. AT&T, we already did that. AT&T, we already did that. 473, got that one. Alrighty. Ooh, cool arrow. Oh, look at that, Hershey. Ew, I'm the GOAT. Yeah. Oh, brother, keep on going. On a roll. Woohoo. All right, anyway. Cool arrow, Harley Davidson. Remind me tomorrow night, we'll take a look at it. What time the board so far? I have no idea. The fun. Stocks go up, down, and up and down. Yeah, they do. It's about it. What time the board so far? I have no idea what that means. What's on the board? That is TSLL. Hey, user 961837. Why couldn't you just say Peter, Tom, Fred, Jim, HIII? Hi to you too. Rick, KPRT. Is that K part or car part, something like that? This would be better if the screen was flipped and not mirror image. Okay, PP, I'm going to agree with you 100%. Okay? I tell you what, why don't you send me a private email or private text or private message and explain to me how to invert it, how to change it. Because I've been doing this for a very, very long time, and every single week there's like 3 to 5 people say, hey, reverse your screen. Great. You tell me how to reverse it, and I'll do it. But until then, I have no idea how to reverse it. I don't. Because YouTube doesn't give me that capability of mirroring the image that you see. So, sorry. Let's keep on going. Chris, it's easy. Why mistakes? I have no idea, Chris. You got to explain on that a little bit more. Jim, hey, how are you? Andrea, thank you for that. JMF, how you doing? Matt, total package. Felipe Oliver, ¿Qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? Matt Canada, what's going on? Oh my. Thoughts on Lulu? Lulu has not been around long enough. Paul Mendez, Delta Airlines, you have to catch me tomorrow, brother. Niculator, how are you doing? Sandro, ¿Qué pasa, amigo? Mayna, hey, James, I've been looking at your old videos. Do you know why Clorox stopped offering weeklies? Sorry, brother, I do not know. Okay, I pay attention to a lot of things, okay? When a company stops doing whatever they're doing, they get tossed off the list. That's just the way it is. Chubb, CB, okay, they were a dividend king for years. And then they stopped, they decreased their dividends. They got thrown off the dividend kings list. Can you imagine? How do you explain to your investors that the company you're investing is a dividend king? 5 decades of increased profits. Why did the CEO cut the profits? Why? And how do you think the investors felt? You've been increasing our profits for 5 decades and now you're changing? Why? People don't like that. They get pissed. They take their money and they go somewhere else. Thank you, Colonel. Nomika. Okay, can you tell me your thoughts on Lulu? Lululemon has not been around for 20 years yet, and I have no idea if they even pay a dividend. So I looked at them a few times because people asked me to. I've never invested in them. Because my opinion, if you're not consistently profitable, why would I invest in it? Mr. Wright, where do you find the Dividend Kings list? Google. That's it. Dividend Kings list 2025. Enter, and there you go. UB Isaac, what's happening? Calvin, Terry, good evening, good evening, good evening. Jay Adams, how are you today? Dixie, what's going on? Dixie says, no, you're not getting 1% with 3350. All right, Dixie, I'm not 100% sure you want to play that game with me. Seriously. Number one, you're new here because, I've never seen that name before. That's number one. Number two, I've been doing this for quite a long time. And number three, if the math works, 1% of 3350 is 33 cents. So I don't know which stock you're talking about, but if I buy it at 33 whatever and I sell it at 33, oh wait, but that's right, it was 33.49. Okay, the stock was 33.49 and the 33.50s was paying more than 1%, more than 1%. So if I buy it at 33.49, I will hold it to the day I die or until it hits 33.50. Because rule one is never pick a stock you don't like, you don't want to hold on to. Rule two, never sell at a loss. And trust me, I have no intention ever selling at a loss. Now, I do admit I get 4 losses this year. Okay, I lost 4 times. Big deal. Claude, how are you doing, Claude? All right, thank you for that, Claude. Thank you, Claude. Cool Arrow, Advanced Auto Parts. Check with me tomorrow. Take a look at that one. Hinkleman. Good evening, Mr. Hinkleman. We'll have to take a look at Merck tomorrow. Are you Michael Barry's dad? Yeah, that's me. Depends on the price. Andy, not quite following the conversation, but okay. George Martinez, good evening. How do you start a covered call? By picking the right stock, whichever one you like. Cool Arrow, UPS, we'll take a look at it tomorrow. Claude, thank you. Lou, what's happening, Lou? Lou, is that your phone number there? 601, blah, blah, blah. That's too many numbers, Lou. It's only supposed to be 9. Shay, all right. A Frenchie's Garden, LEU. I have no idea what that is. Shay, what's the most you've ever had a company flip on you after selling a call? Okay, Shay, I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that question. Seriously. Positive thoughts, positive things happen. Absolutely. Garbage in, garbage out. Okay, if I refuse to any negative crap in my life and keep away from it, my life will just be positive. And I know some of you probably thinking it doesn't work that way. Actually, it does. Okay? If you listen to nothing but positive stuff, if you watch nothing but positive stuff, if you read nothing but positive stuff, guess what? Nothing but positive stuff normally comes out. Normally. Mr. Barstar, good evening. Andy P, if the price doesn't get you 34, you lose the price of the option. Okay, Andy P, I'm sure that makes sense to you. But when you say you lose the price of the option, dude, I'm not buying them. I'm selling them. Which stock? Do you remember? Anybody remember what that stock that was? $34. Was that Comcast? No, I don't think it was Comcast. CMCSA. No, it wasn't Comcast. $33.91. Cool. All right. Andy P, are you ready for this? Andy P, $33.91. Do you see that? The closest whole number is going to be 34. 34. That's the first whole number. Now, I'm not buying this. I'm selling it. I'm selling it for 37 cents per share, or $37 per contract, or $370 per 10 contracts, whatever. But here's the thing. $33.91, or $33.97, whichever. The 34 is going for 37. That's more than 1%. More than 1%. 1% of 34 is 34. Okay, $34. 1% is 34 cents. If I'm selling for 34, this is 37, which means I'm getting a little bit more than 1%. Now, if the stock goes up, great. I sell it at 34. I get the difference between the purchase price and the sales price, and I get to collect that. Well, guess what? As the sands flow through the hourglass, so do the days of our lives. What does that mean? It says, as the days progress, if I sell this at some point in time, I've got to buy it back. So if I'm selling it at 37, come Friday, if this is below 34, that will be 0. Then I buy it back at 0. Every time you buy or sell something, it has to be a complete equation. Okay, buy, sell, profit, loss. Sell, buy, profit, loss. Either way you look at it, you have to complete the equation. So if I'm selling it at 37, come Friday, if it's at 38, this number will be higher. I still get the 37. And someone's going to buy it from me at 34. Well, guess what? I really don't care. I got this, and I got this. That's what I'm looking for. 1% every week. And I don't know if you agree with me or not, but 33.91, 34, 37, this is more than 1% of this. This is more than that. So if I buy it here, sell it here, that's a profit. And if I sell this, that's another profit. If it's above 34, somebody buys my stock, I get all my money back. If it's above 34, this gets taken away. I really don't care. I'm selling something. When I sell something at some point, I got to buy it back. So if I sell it at 37 and the stock goes up, well, I don't have to buy it back. because the person who bought this is going to take that away at 34. I get all my money back and I get a profit. I've been doing this long enough. If you really want to challenge me, you got to come up with something a little bit better than what you come up with. Okay, Andy? Roberto, hella fat chance. But wait, there's more. You've been here before. You've heard that. Thank you, Shay. Jose, how you doing? Crook Ray. Hi, Crook Ray. Kevo, do you submit your covered call orders on Sunday night? Sometimes. I used to when I had a job. Well, now I'm retired, so I jump on at 9 a.m. and it just flows. He's selling covered calls. He's getting paid to do so. The money is at that point. Thank you there, Miss Shay. Chris, 1% a week. Yeah, you can't do that reliably. Oh, wow. Oh, I love negative people. Mr. Chris, 1, 2, 3. I don't even know. Are you still here, dude? Is he still here? Hold on a second there, Mr. Chris. I love it when people say shit. I do. Keeps me sharp, keeps you on my toes. All right, Chris. Do you see this right here, Chris? Weekly trades 2025. Account number 1, account number 2, account number 3. I share all my trades. Now, I said from the beginning, I have 7 accounts. I share 3 of them publicly. So here we go. Let's go all the way down to right there. Okay. Chris, can you see this? Week 1, quarter 1, December 30th, January 3rd. Account 1, account 2, account 3. Account 3, 4.23%. You're right, I didn't make 1%. Account 2, 1.87. Oh, imagine that. You're right again. I didn't make 1%. Account number 1, 6.19. Oh, see that? You're right. I didn't make 1%. But let's keep on going. Week 2, January 6th to January 10th, 1.8, 1.7, 2.3. Week 3, January 13th to January 17th, 4.8, 3.6, 1.8. Week 4, 2.3, 2.2, 3.3. I can keep doing this, but you know what? Let's go to right here. Let's do weekly trades 2024. Here we go. Let's go all the way back to January. Now, I do have to admit, in January last year, I only had 2 accounts that I shared publicly. Okay. Week 1, quarter 1, week 1, January 1st to the 5th, 2.3, 2.1. Week 2, 2.4, 1.3. Week 3, 1.3. Oh my God, call the press. He was right. 0.81. World's going to end. 0.81. Oh, I'm such a liar. I didn't do it. I only made $986 that week. What a bummer. Okay, week 4, 2.8, 0.85. Damn it, I only made $1,000 that week. World's going to end. I share every single trade that I make. 1.6, 1.03, 2.7, 1.05, 1.8, 2.6, 1.7, 1.9, so on and so forth. But wait, it gets better. Go all the way down to the very bottom. All the way down the bottom, come on. Right there, my very first blog post. August 31st, 2011. You can go to YouTube and go through the 1,100 different videos I have, and you can read all this crap. Week 26, July 6, 2013. There was a huge drop in the last few weeks. We took a break from trading. We waited till the dust to settle, blah, blah, blah. We didn't take any losses this year because we're looking for a no-loss strategy, well, no-loss approach. Now, we have dropped down to only 20%, and we've our weekly average dropped just slightly below 1%, and our monthly average only 3.3. What a tragedy, 3.3 per month. Well, Chris, so you're right. I didn't make 1% every single week for the past, what is that, 14, 15 years? Every once in a while, I don't get it. This year, I lost 4 positions. 4. Over 1,500 different trades this year, I lost 4 times. And you're unhappy that I don't do 1% every week? Well, I have a few choice words for you, but I'll keep them to myself. Anyway, let's keep on going. Debbie, how are you doing, Miss Debbie? He'll have unrealized losses if stock prices go down, but he'll keep the premiums for selling the call. Thank you, Shay. C. Wide Spinner. Hey, back again. You collect the premium in either case. Absolutely. Rob, what's happening? Hidden table under me. Okay. Claude, how you doing? At K-Van, we already looked at Kohl's. Fadeologist, Lyft is not 20 years old, dude. Claude, ARR, let's take a look at another time. Rob, very helpful for a beginner. Thank you. You're welcome. John Doe, what's going on? Mr. Wright, which time frame are you switching between? 1 year, 90 day, 30 day? Victoria, how you doing? PSL, Players Serenity Laughs. Okay. I feel ill. Never get this. Okay, whatever. It's Ben. PCG looks good this week. Take a look at tomorrow, Ben. Eric, UPS, K-Van, what's going on? Was Kroger a no? Yes, it was. A TSLW. I'll have to take a look at it tomorrow. Christina Gen X. Woohoo. How are you, Shay? That was a no. Thank you. Uh-oh. Remember I told you there's always going to be someone who comes up with a stock that's like, what the hell were you thinking? SCHG. It's SCHD. Go take a look at the numbers. Go take a look at how consistently profitable SCHD is. Do they have 20 years of increased profits? No, they don't. New York City rent guy. 12 besties from 59K. Good evening. Leo, Lapman, what's going on? Ellie Magic, what's going on? Let them. Okay, good evening. 3-1 Labito. How can you be on live in 2 places at the same time? Dude, I am live on 9 different channels. 2 TikTok channels, 3 YouTube channels, 1 Twitter, 1 Zoom, 1 Rumble, 1 LinkedIn, 1 Twitch, and I think there's a couple more. If you hit your target price and the price you choose for the option, what happens? You lose the 100 shares. Okay, Mike Sweeney, what happens is I have a choice. Okay, if it hits my target price, I have 2 choices. 1, let it go, get my money back. I don't lose the shares. Someone's buying from me more than I paid for them. What's wrong with that? 2, I roll it into next week, collect another 1 or 2%, and then maybe someone buys it from me. Marcelo, can you do blockbuster video? No. Nana Ya, what's happening? Cool Arrow, check with you tomorrow night. I like Oracle. Okay, is that politician too? I don't even talk to politicians. Sorry, dude. If you want me to talk to you, you better change your name. See, the funny thing about politicians, okay? Amendment number 4, okay, in the Constitution, number 4, gives every single politician the authority to lie to you. That's why you never, ever, ever trust a politician. Because a politician can say whatever they want and they cannot be held accountable. It's in the Constitution, Article 4. Go ahead and read it. Members of Congress cannot be held liable for anything they say as a congressperson. It's right in the Constitution. It gives you the right to lie to people. Never trust a politician. That's why I like Trump. He's not a politician. Think about it. Every single politician, has any of them ever been totally honest? No, they all freaking lie. Trump tells you the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it is. Anyway. CG, is he looking for selling options in the money? Kind of hard to see. Sorry. Okay. CK, sorry about that. The screen behind me is live on YouTube. So if you can't see it on your phone or your tablet, you can go to your big screen TV and pull it up on YouTube. That's why it's live on YouTube, so you can actually see the screen. Ed, UNH, we'll take a look at it another time. Politician, I said, dude, no. Snow has not been around for 20 years. Kilroy, we have a party. Woohoo! Sir Jimothy III, how are you today? Angelica Christia, good evening. The Fan, woohoo! T-O-double-D, what's going on, T-O-double-D? Tiki-Taki, back again, I remember you. K-Van, Intel no longer pays a dividend. I'm well aware of that, K-Van. Jeff, how you doing? Sweet Den, how you doing? Muhammad Ali, number 3, woohoo! What's this one? I have no idea. Yvonne, how you doing? Antonio, tick-tocking ship. Okay, how you doing? Ghost God, good evening. Uh-oh, Monica, MSTY. Again, here's another person who looks at something but doesn't actually look at something. Okay, just because the yield says something that is impossible, okay, okay, take a look at the numbers, Monica. Seriously, is Misty, MSTY, consistently profitable? And how long have they been in business? And why the hell are you investing in a company that's not even 3 years old? Seriously, take a look. Not even 3 years old. Thunder and 5, what's going on? William Morales, how you doing? Jimmy, what's going on? Jesus, ¿qué pasa? Sweet Den, absolutely. Kilroy, not true. You own it for less plus the premium. All right, Kilroy, I'm not 100% sure if that is right or wrong because I have no part of where the conversation is. I bought 50,000 at UNH at 240. Cool beans. Technical analysis is literally useless. Thank you. Yeah, UNH has been pretty good. Don't forget to smash the like button. Yay, David. You making this so complicated. Titty Freckle. Titty Freckle. Where the hell did you come up with a name like that? And I'm making it complicated? It was made for a 9-year-old. If you can't understand it, my 9-year-old daughter grasped it, understood it in 15 minutes. Okay, honey, number 1, if it's not on a list, absolutely not. Number 2, never sell a loss. Number 3, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Number 4, weekly options only. Number 5, do the numbers work. What am I buying it for? What am I selling? What am I profiting? Is it more than 1%? What do you mean that's complicated? Cup and handle. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Can you restart the live? I just joined. Shrey, no, I'm just getting ending. Uh-oh, I got all these questions, and I still not even close. All right. Twitch, hey, somebody's following me on Twitch. Woohoo! Hershey Daddy, thank you for that, sir. Alrighty. Oh, 12. You guys keep coming up with all these questions. 20. Thank you. That was awesome, dude. Thank you. I want to learn to trade. Hershey, dude, I'm here every single night. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I take Friday and Saturday off. So, DD. Oh, DD. Isn't that DuPont? What's a dividend stock? A dividend stock is a company that consistently increases its profits and gives part of the profits back to the investors. Okay, Wayo? A company that shares its profits with its investors. Okay, if you're looking for capital appreciation, which means the stock jumps up really fast, yeah, you're in the wrong place. We're looking for cash flow strategy, specifically 1% per week. That's over 50% per year. That's the main goal here. Hey, I'm new to trading and really committed to it. Thank you for teaching us something school fails to. Abraham, yeah, buddy. All right, cool beans. All right, let's keep on going. Hershey Daddy, thank you. Ahmed, CRWV, what are your thoughts on it? Well, check with me tomorrow. We'll do that again. How far in advance of the EX date is best? No. See, Bamatmac. Okay, covered call. I do 2 weeks. Kyle, by loss, do you mean you will hold till the stock returns to your entry or once you have sold enough calls? Kyle, it's always going to be a numbers game. Preferably, I'll wait until I sell it for higher than I paid for it. Okay, and there's always strategies to go along with that. James, phone numbers are 10 digits, not 9. Thank you, sweet Dan. Kyle, we looked at Intel. William McKinney says hi. Okay, Mr. William McKinney, how are you doing? Are these cash secured calls? Okay. Thunder and 5, thank you. Tori Ellis. Cruxter. Or Cuxter. Interesting name. Hank, good evening, Hank. What is a yes for tomorrow? Trump said America first, but it's Israel first. He lied. Looking at all the charts, everything seems to be at a 30-day high. Can't find any bottom. You're not looking hard enough. And follow your heart. Don't do politics with me. You're not going to like what I have to say, and I just don't do politics. Holy cow. You guys have a lot of questions over here. What are my thoughts on Sally Mae? You got to check out the numbers. Shay, appreciate the time and effort you put into this. Questions, I know haven't paid you some pretty invaluable information. Thank you, Shay. He's talking backwards. The charts are not backwards. Thank you, FOMO. Dahlia, you have to have enough money to cover 100 shares, but the options are usually 50 to 100. Okay, Dahlia, or is it Delilah? Oh, Delilah. Okay, Dahlia. Whatever it is. All he does is point out the obvious. What were you expecting? This is pre-recorded. I like when people say this is pre-recorded. I'm telling you the time and the date. It is 11:30 p.m. 9/7, which is the 7th day of September. How come you didn't answer my question? Granny, some of the words are filtered out. So if your question included some of the filtered words, your question won't show up. So ask the question again while you have my undivided attention, and I'll answer it. FOMO, 4.73. All he does is point out the obvious. I don't know what you're expecting. Still broke. Sorry about that, Kookie. This guy is literally pretending to talk to a class of people. You can't make this shit up. Pretending to talk to a class of people. Okay, thank you. I like it when people insult me. All righty. That's what you earn as well each week. Okay, Delilah, I'm looking for 1%. So if I have $100,000 in my account, 1% is $1,000. If I have $1 million in my account, 1% is $10,000. If I have $10,000 in my account, I'm getting $100. You skipped over my Zim. Yeah, I don't like Zim. Check out the numbers. You won't like it either. Okay, Granny, I asked you, repeat the question. If the question's that important, you'll ask it again. Because I didn't see any questions from you. And if you include a word in your question that is filtered out, your question won't post. Even his poster is backwards. All right. Hank, Mark Dukas. Okay. You only told her that no for tomorrow. What are the yeses? Well, Hank, you asked me a question. You asked me to take a look at a stock. I will take a look at it and give you my opinion. Okay, I'm not going to tell you every stock. I don't give tips. I don't give advice. I guess they are not showing it. Okay, now I got that. Knowledgeable investor. Oh, back again. What do you do? Buy the stock, sell the call, and the stock tanks. Do you continue to sell calls? Absolutely. Granny just got the number 3. I like your shirt. Thank you, Granny. Now, I got all those, Granny, but I didn't get your question. So try asking your question in a different manner and try leaving out some of the words that might be flagged. Delilah, I'm sorry, my bad. I was trying to explain to people here on TikTok how options work. Thank you there, Delilah. Look at the writing on his shirt, Kendrick. Okay, it's backwards. Yeah, no kidding. See, you guys on YouTube, you're brilliant. You take a look at something, hey, that's backwards. Yeah, you're pointing out the obvious, but you're not giving a solution. How do I get one? Shay, sarcasm. Oh, how do you get a shirt? You know, funny thing is I have a Shopify store. I have no idea how to put the Shopify store into my website. No idea. Supposedly, yeah, that's funny. Everybody thinks that's funny. I've written 14 books. How many are on my website? 0. I have no idea how to upload them. I don't. Isn't that weird? iPhone. James, what is a good time to do call? We already talked about that one. What do you do if it continues to tank for months? You still do calls? Absolutely. You bought a stock 150 and it's now down tanked to 90. Now what? Hold that thought. Okay, knowledgeable investor. Let's get rid of this. All right. All right, ready? This is for you, knowledgeable investor. You ready? El Shamat. What the stock you choose today for covered calls? Messenger. Scott sent me a message. Yay, thank you, Scott. Knowledgeable investor. I like selling puts first, and then buy the stock and sell calls immediately. Yeah, that's called the wheel method. Thank you. There's nothing wrong with the wheel method. I just don't do it. Okay, so knowledgeable investor. You ready for this? You might find this rather humorous, but here we go. Delilah, he doesn't repeat a stock. You don't have to wait to watch again on YouTube. Thank you, Delilah. All right. Knowledgeable investor, you ready? IBM, 248.53. I got IBM at 285, right here. Okay? You want to know what happens when a stock drops. Well, IBM is here, where I bought it. Now it drops to 235. Now it's at 248. I still own it. I still collect the dividend every 90 days. Well, what am I collecting this week? Well, this week, it's at 248. I'll probably do the 250s, which is right here, 221. Or I can do the 250, 250s, pick up 131. I can do the 260s and pick up 23. It's going to come down to a comfort level. Okay? So if I do the 250s, I'm picking up 221. Well, it's got $1.50 to go before it hits it. That's risky. Okay, I'm not doing the 285s. It's not even showing on here. Not even worth it. Okay, so as the stock drops, 248, I'll sell the 250s, the 255s, the 260s. I want to go far enough out where I'm not at risk of being called away. Now I look at my stocks every single day. So if it gets closer, I'll just roll it into the next week. Because the neat thing about IBM, I can do this week's, next week, the week after, the week after, the week after, the week after, the week after. I can even go all the way out until next year and sell the 285s next year and not lose a damn penny, but still collect the dividend every 90 days. That makes sense? So you sell calls below your cost base. What if the stock goes back up? All right, dude, I just don't, I find it rather amazing. I do, really. Not to insult you personally, but yes. I'm going to insult you personally. You ready? A year ago, it was at 200. Okay, 200 a year ago. Shot up to 240, dropped to 200. Back up to 240, back down to 212. Jumped up to 265, dropped down to 118. Shoots up to 270, drops down to 260. Jumps up to 295, drops down to 280. Jumps up to 287, drops down to 240. Goes back up to 248. What part of it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down do you not understand? Because as she comes down, she'll find a bottom, she'll go back up. She'll go back up until she's done going back up. She'll go up until she's done, she'll go down. She'll go up until she's done, then she'll come down. She'll go up, she'll go down. That's all stocks do. What are you expecting a stock to do? Are you expecting it to come home and make you dinner? Take the dog out for a walk? Terribly sorry, dude. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. Now, I'm in at 285. Okay? I could, if I wanted to, buy down here at 248. That takes my my dollar cost average to probably around right here. Now I can triple up or quadruple up and buy 4 times the amount that I already own and bring my cost basis down to here if I wanted to. I have no desire. I want to get whatever it's offering me. At the moment, it's offering me $131 per share. So if I have 1,000 shares, that's still $1,300 just to hold the stock. Then I'm getting a higher dividend every single 90 days. See, I'm not understanding why people say, well, what if it goes down? They all fucking go down. Not a single stock goes up without coming back down again. They all up, down, up, down. That's it. I'm done. Tired of this silliness. We'll catch you guys tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel. Have a great day. You have to be careful selling calls below. No, I don't. No, I don't. Because if the stock comes down, I can set an alert. And the alert will tell me, say, hey, bonehead, pay attention to what's going on. I know stock, yeah. So why are you questioning me? If you know they go up and go down, if I consistently keep my eye on it, I will never, ever, ever, ever lose unless I do something stupid. And then that's my fault. If I sell the 260 and it jumps up to 280 and I just let it go, that's my own damn fault. That's it. Okay? Goes up, goes down, you keep your eye on it. Okay, if you have a dog, a cat, a fish, a bird, if you don't take care of it, if you don't pay attention to it, what do you think is going to happen? Same thing with your children. You don't feed them, you don't give them clothes, what do you think is going to happen? Everything has a consequence. If I buy at 285, now it's down here at 248. If I sell at 248, that's my own damn fault. I never, ever, ever purposely sell at a loss. Anyway, I'm done. You guys have a great night. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And we'll see you guys later. And okay, we're done. And there we go. We're done over here. Sorry, I got to sign out of all these accounts. Done over here. Got over 10K. Good night. All right, way to go. Delilah, he looks at his charts every day. Of course I do. Wait, what time? JB in the morning. I have no JB. Oh, you have a job in the morning. 9 o'clock every night. Thanks for the info. Fed Welder, you're good. All right, out of here. And now.